We didn't tell our church friends for several months. We didn't, because we thought, oh my God, like how do we tell them? You know, like this is like, why? But shameful? I don't know if that's the correct word that I would use. It's more of the fear of rejection. My husband and I have been together a really long time. We got married when we were 20, and so, oh my God, we're so young and naive. So we went to Hawaii for our honeymoon. Actually, we got married in Kauai. We eloped, actually. Remember this is when we first had real pineapple because we were eating out of cans before?
That's right. No more.
Hi, my name is Sang Tees, and my pronouns are she, hers. And I was actually born in Seoul, Korea, and I immigrated to the US when I was 7.
Hi, my name is Wai. I'm Chinese. I was born in Hong Kong, and I immigrated to the US when I was 2. And let's see, what else? Oh, I'm sorry, I go by he, him, his. Yes.
We have 2 children. My older son is almost 22, and my younger son, he's almost 20. The younger one is the one born biologically female and transitioned to transmasculine. I remember very vividly, he was a little over 16. Previous to that, when he started middle school, he exhibited some behavior that was unlike him. He started kind of hiding out in his room. And I know a lot of teenagers, that's kind of a normal thing, but for him it wasn't, right? So we thought, you know, he's just a teenager, you know, who's happy when you're a teenager, right? But we were sitting in the car, he and I were sitting in the car, and we had dropped off his friend, and as we were watching his friend go into the house, he turns to me and he says, "Mom, I have something to tell you." And I thought, oh my God, you know, that's so ominous, those words. And I said, okay. And he said, do you know what binary is? And I said, yeah, 1s and 0s. He said, no, the gender binary. I said, no, I really don't know what that means. And he said, okay, so if you could imagine a line, at one end is male, and that's Papa. And on the other end is female, and that's you. And here's the middle. I feel that I am not on your side, but I'm more toward Papa's side. And I said, you're a tomboy. You know, he said, no. Tomboys are girls who like boys' things, you know, and they outgrow it or whatever. This isn't something now that I'm going to outgrow. And that, you know, I paused then and I thought, okay, I don't know what this means. I trust that you will, you know, help me, you will teach me, and I'll learn, you know, from you, and we'll learn together. But I love you. Your dad's gonna love you. Your brother's gonna love you. That is never gonna change. And in the dark, I could see his shoulders just really relax. And I said, did you think that I would reject you? And he said, well, like 99.99% of me, you know, thought that you wouldn't. But just that little part, I thought, but what if? You know, and that, you know, 4 years later, that just breaks my heart to think that he would think that his mother would reject him.
You know, there's one question I had for this therapist, and it was just me, Kai, and the therapist, right? And so I said to the therapist, okay, now that, you know, Kai's come out and he's transgender, I said, what do I do? I said, what do I do? Do I take him out hunting? Do I teach him how to gut a fish and, you know, this? Do I do, you know, do I take more wrestling games or, you know, what, you know? And he said something profound to me. He said, no, you just treat him the same. You know, I walked over to Kai's room and, you know, I hugged him and, you know, I kissed his, you know, top of his head here, and I said, I love you, and whatever, you're gonna go through, we'll go through it together.
It was our church community we thought they were accepting, but it wasn't. It was like, love the sinner but hate the sin kind of thing. And I was like, how can you separate who my child is? You can't extract that. It's the entire person. We try to pray the gay away, pray the trans away, okay? And, but even as we were saying the words, we're like, this is so stupid. We changed our prayer to, okay, we trust that you've gifted us this child for a reason. Now what? And then from then, it was just like meeting, different people, our eyes being opened, to people, the population, like the intersex people, intersex. We're like, what? Like that changes everything. Just a person isn't their gender because of, their genitalia, right? And God, that was mind-blowing, really. We do have a religious community.
Oh, and see, that's the blessing,
You don't have to go to church for that.
Christ is always in each and every one of us. We treat our bodies a temple of Christ, right? And we still live by that. And, being, I don't know, that, I guess the word woke, I guess, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then, when Kai coming out and, knowing that these people that we thought we knew were, kind of not understanding, I guess, or not supportive, whatever, how you want to say it, we got to know more people. And what a blessing that was.
I was on the internet and P-Flag Pasadena popped up. And I was like, okay, well, this is fine, but we're people who look like us. And then afterward, this woman said, are you interested in an API chapter of P-Flag? I was like, what? I didn't know that even existed. And oh my God, that was another very, very supportive, very supportive. I cried. All I did was cry for the first couple of meetings. And and it's funny. And it's funny how as we progress, right? As we progress in our learning, our acceptance, our opening, of our minds, then we have the new people coming in. They're crying. They were where I was 2 years ago. So you reach out and you help them. And they in turn, again, they, as years pass and they become, more aware and accepting, then it's a cycle. That they love all of you. They know, you don't have to hide anything, because that's was the biggest secret that we kept from our friends for a while,
We've met the most beautiful people ever, the LGBTQ people. Oh man, they are so, it's just like when I went around, and it's just like taking your shirt off and you're just like, oh man, you can talk whatever you want.
You can breathe.
You can breathe. There's love, there's feeling, there's real friendship.
We were not impacted, until Kai came out. And it wasn't just the plight of the LGBTQ people. It was also how, brown people, black people, how they've been marginalized and discriminated against, all of that. This intersectionality, I was clueless. I was absolutely clueless. I didn't learn that. I didn't learn that in school. I certainly didn't learn that in church. Yeah, it was a big awakening for us. Our lives were totally changed for the better. I wish I could tell these parents were so reluctant to accept their LGBTQ kids. Your kids are amazing, They're not just thinking about themselves. They are out there, fighting for equality, for immigrants, for black lives. I've said this to him to his face too, but I wouldn't change a thing about him. I am so thankful I'm so thankful for him. He has made me a better mom, a better Christian. Yeah, he has, because of him, I am who I am today. I'm a better person, more loving, more generous, because of him. It's really incredible. It's normally, when usually the way it is when parents have their kids, like, okay, what can I do for this kid, right? What can I provide for this kid so that this kid, reaches their full potential? But yeah, I think he's actually helped me, fulfill my potential.
This is the tree that Sug's dad helped us grow here.
Pineapple, huh, sweetheart? So Kirby is my pal. Oh, baby, but he's getting older.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
That was amazing.
You're hot, man. Get off. You're hot. You're making me sweat.
One of these.